On the 24th, at about 4 p.m., I had gone to the ashram and I was meditating in Bijay Nag's room, now the office room of Prithvi Singh. A great power was trying to descend, but it seemed to me that I would be broken into pieces. So intense was the pressure of the higher force over my head, and so great the resistance in my head. The result was that I could not receive the power, although I tried to do so. At about 5 p.m., Amrita was called upstairs, and he came down with the mother's express direction that all the disciples were to assemble in the upstairs veranda for Sri Aurobindo's blessings. As soon as I heard it, I went to Barinda's room and told him that the long expected descent must have taken place. Mother's wishes were communicated to all the disciples, including those staying in the guest house. But many had gone out to the seaside for evening stroll, and some had gone for football play. I was not one of the football players. So messengers were sent to call them, and when all of us, as noted below, assembled in the ashram, we all went upstairs at about 6:30 p.m. Then he gives the names of all the people who were present at that time. It is interesting, but I'm afraid most of them are unknown to many of you. Still, I will give the names. Amrita, he heads the list. Bijay Nag, Barin Ghosh, Champa Ben, she is present now. Champak Lal, Chandrasekhar, Datta, Kanai, present here. Kitish, Lilavati, Mrs. Purani, Moni, Nolini, Noni Bala, Doctor's sister, Pavitra, Pujalal, Punam Chand, Purani, Purushottam, Rajangam, Rajani Palit, Ram Bhai, Rati Palit, Satyan and old Satyan, not the Satyan we have here, Dr. Upendra Banerjee. You see, there are exactly 24 in number, and we have counted exactly 12 are now present, it seems. Half of them are present here, including Purani, who is absent for the moment, and Rambhai, who happens to be present. On the wall, near the central door, that is to say the prosperity veranda, was hung a black silk curtain with Chinese dragons in gold lace work. The bent wood chairs on which we used to sit for meditation were all removed and replaced by mats now spread on the floor. Absolute silence prevailed there, and the veranda was full of spiritual light, and automatically we got into a state of meditation, waiting for the arrival of the Master. A few minutes after, at about 7 p.m., the door behind the curtain opened, and the Mother and the Master appeared. The master in his majestic gait, and the mother in her queenly bearing. The master was dressed in silk dhoti and chadar, and the mother in silk sari. The master took his seat on his usual low cushioned chair, and the mother on his footrest, which was placed on the day a little to the left. The master looked absolutely majestic, grand, omniscient, omnipotent Samrat, as if emperor of the entire universe, head lion-like, eyes broad open as if looking from far beyond, detached yet supporting the entire universe, absolutely powerful yet compassionate and kind to all, the Supreme Godhead, absolutely Swarat, who had conquered himself entirely and has established his Ananda and light in all the parts and cells of his body, from head to foot, his entire body radiating light and love and bliss to the entire creation. The mother was the embodiment of love, compassion, purity, beauty, youth, grace and rhythm. She also looked majestic, her beaming eyes full of compassion for the earthly creation, mother of the universe, Shakti of the Master. It was a very auspicious day, since on this day Sri Krishna, who is the Anandamaya Purusha and who supports the evolution, descended into the physical. Sri Aurobindo embodied the Supreme Godhead on this day. The Master placed his left hand a few inches above the head of the mother, and he blessed the disciples, those who had assembled, with his right hand as they bowed down to him and the mother one by one. Some of the disciples bowed more than once. There was absolutely no talk, no sound. Neither mother nor Sri Aurobindo spoke a word. The atmosphere was charged with absolute calmness and peace and bliss. Perfect silence reigned throughout the function. When Sri Aurobindo and mother withdrew and went within after about half an hour or so. Then Datta came out inspired and declared to the effect that the Master has conquered death, decay, disease, food, sleep. We were spellbound and unable to move for some time. We felt as if we were transported to heaven. Then we came down one by one. Regarding myself, I spoke to Barinda for a special interview with the mother, since the pressure was very great, more than I could bear. Mother saw me at about 9 p.m. and I bowed down to her and told her about my difficulties. She assured me that it would be okay and blessed me. Then there was the usual distribution of soup by the mother. Sri Aurobindo retired 2 days after, that is on the 26th of November 1926.
नीलतयोदमध्यस्था विद्युल्लेखेव भास्वरा नीवारशूकवत्त्वन्वी पीता भास्वती अणुपमा तस्याः शिखाय मध्ये परमात्मा व्यवस्थितः स ब्रह्मा स शिवः स हरिः स इन्द्रः सोऽहक्षरः परमः स्वराट्। लोकनाथं त्रिलोकेशं कौस्तुभाभरणं हरिं
श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम।
पीताम्बरं नीलवर्णं श्रीवत्सपदभूषितं
श्रीकृष्ण शरणं मम।
वासुदेवं ऋषिकेशं माधवं